Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer.
Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Bethlehem, Pennsylvania-based jazz singer Corinne Mammana on her new 2022 CD, In the Christmas City. We had a great talk about this new EP. It's her third studio album commemorating the Christmas season from her hometown of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is nicknamed the Christmas City, full of reimagined Christmas songs and original compositions. We cover this, COVID life, her Christmas memories, and so much more. Enjoy.
Thank you for reaching out with the music and taking some time out today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you talking to me.
You bet. You know, I've done Christmas shows periodically since I started my program in 2011, and I believe this may be one of the very first interviews where I focus and hone in on a Christmas album as a part of my show. So I'm excited to actually have some meat and marrow with this. So first and foremost, I want to know what does releasing a Christmas album mean? How special is that for an artist?
Well, it's very special. It's very specific, and it's it's only about this time of year. So the months leading up to Thanksgiving and thereafter. Yeah.
Yep, it's the time to shine. So talk to me a little bit about how you did during COVID and how this album played into that time period. Was this kind of hatched during that time? How did you actually come up with the idea, and how did COVID play a role in not only this album, but you surviving this period of time on Earth? Yeah,
so in April of 2020, I released my album, non-Christmas, and you had me on the show then. We talked about it. And then it was, I guess, after that, after I record and release an album, I'm ready for the next one. I'm hungry for more. So Christmas has always been a focus for me. I have Christmas concerts every year here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is nicknamed the Christmas City. So I've been theming my concerts for the last 5 years around Christmas jazz here in Bethlehem. And so it just naturally developed. People started asking me, when are you going to release some holiday music? And that was my sign to do it. So the first recording we did was in February 2021. And that was the start of it all. So it's been a little bit of time, and I recorded throughout 2021 and into the beginning of this year as well.
So it was just inevitable. I mean, based on your history, you're in Bethlehem, so it was all written in the stars, so to speak.
Yes, and I said if I'm going to release a Christmas album, it has to be about the Christmas City. So here we are.
Cool. Very cool. So talk to me a little bit about the live shows that you're going to have to back up the CD and what those are going to be like.
Well, I'm doing a little tour. It's mostly in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Well, it is in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. It kicks off November 26th in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And then we have some concerts in the middle there in New Jersey at a winery called Villa Milagro. And it's going to end with the big CD release concert in exactly a month on December 18th at Steel Stacks, Arts Quest Center at Steel Stacks in Bethlehem. And the whole band's going to be there and a couple of special guests. And that's kind of where it all began for me at Steel Stacks. It's where I had my first Christmas jazz themed concert 5 years ago.
Let's stick in the Christmas spirit here, and let's go back into your life and Christmas. What was your favorite Christmas? Favorite gift? Favorite Christmas that you've lived through?
Oh man, that's a tough question. So growing up, we were very traditional every year. My parents we kind of did everything the same every year. So it was kind of like reliving the same thing, just getting older. My dad's actually Jewish, and my mom is Catholic. So I was raised Catholic, but I also celebrated Hanukkah and all the Jewish holidays. So Christmas was kind of also sprinkled with some latkes and but we just had our traditions. We went to mass on Christmas Eve, and my mom would make a seafood casserole, and I think it was like a mushroom soup, and then we always had some kind of little ice cream dessert, and then the next morning, wake up, do gifts, had a breakfast together, and then went off to the grandparents' house with the rest of the family. So yeah, I was very fortunate to have such a close family growing up and having those traditions. So
wonderful. So what is your next project? What are you looking at as 2023 opens up and hopefully things get better and live shows happening more and more?
My next project, I would love to record more, especially originals, and go on a little tour is one of my goals, to reach a broader audience. So it's an ongoing process, never stops, and I love it.
Yeah, well, and that's the interesting thing from my end is usually when I'm talking to an artist about an album, they've already moved to the next, because it just takes so long to get it produced, get it out, go through it. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. Well, hey, thank you again for catching up. I know we did catch up during the pandemic, and at that point we had no idea what was going to happen. So it is good. It's good that we catch up during better times and, with things opening up and Christmas here. So thank you for taking a minute out. I'm looking forward to profiling it on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players and minds and singers in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Kansas City, Missouri, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com. And for everything Neon Jazz, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.